We're back with a story you'll only see right here on WUSA 9. A Peruvian mother and her 12-year-old son say they are living in legal limbo amid President Trump's immigration crackdown.
Yeah, her attorneys say immigration agents detained her and tried to force her out of the country even as she legally fights to stay. Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack spoke exclusively with her and her son about their struggle to remain in the U.S.
Carolee Flores fled Peru with her son Owens 2 years ago.
En Perú pasa lo que es violencia.
Escaping what she says were years of domestic violence and sexual abuse at the hands of her partner.
Psicológica, violencia sexual.
In Peru, I experienced violence. Psychological, sexual violence. It's really hard for me to talk about this, especially in front of my son.
Flores says her abuser threatened to kill her if she went to the police. She went anyway, but says authorities needed more evidence before they could act. So she came to the United States in 2024, passing what's known as a credible fear screening at the border, which means she was cleared by an asylum officer as having a legitimate claim.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Then Donald Trump returned to the White House and restricted asylum claims as part of his effort to strengthen the border. In February, an immigration judge effectively denied Flores' asylum application by ordering her instead to seek asylum in Honduras or Ecuador under what's known as asylum cooperative agreements.
Do you have any connection to Honduras or Ecuador?
Nada.
Nobody?
No.
Critics say asylum cooperative agreements are when the U.S. sends asylum seekers to third countries they have often never set foot in and are often used as a tool to push people into abandoning their claims altogether. But Flores appealed the judge's order and was blindsided when she was arrested during a routine immigration check-in in Silver Spring. She says she was told by immigration officers there was no record of her appeal of that judge's order in ICE's system and that she was being deported. Flores begged officers to bring her son first.
O sea, si me van a arrestar, por favor.
If you're going to arrest me, please, I ask that my son be with me. He's in school.
As Flores pleaded with immigration agents, insisting her case was still under appeal, 12-year-old Owens got off the school bus to find his mother wasn't there.
I tried to call my mom in the bus, but the call don't respond.
So you didn't know where your mom was?
No. And the phone is like someone turned off the phone of my mom.
So you're just sitting home by yourself?
Yeah.
Without any idea where your mom is or what's happening?
Yeah.
Owens waited for hours, no idea where his mother was or if she was coming back. Meanwhile, Flores claims she was shackled and transported to the ICE detention facility in Baltimore, still pleading with officers to let her call Owens, still insisting her appeal was real. She says they weren't listening and instead gave her an ultimatum. If she was ever going to be with her son again, she had to buy plane tickets right then and there for her and her son and self-deport back to Peru.
Me dijeron de que era la única opción.
They told me it was the only option. The officer took his phone out and put his timer for 1 hour and told me, you have 1 hour to get your ticket.
Flores, desperate and under duress, bought those plane tickets. But then a revelation. Her arresting officer suddenly said he had found the paperwork for her appeal. And after 9 hours in custody, she was released. All the deportation paperwork she had signed, those plane tickets she had bought, all of it meaningless.
Que era una pérdida de trabajo para la
They told me it was a waste of time for the person in charge of processing me.
Flores now wears this ankle monitor and is required to keep showing up at those same ICE check-in appointments that landed her in handcuffs. She says she's traumatized, and now so is her son.
You worried to have to leave this country?
Yeah. I like this country.
You like this country?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're part of this country?
Yeah.
The attorney for Flores says her case is not an outlier. Immigration judges who showed more flexibility in asylum cases have been removed and replaced by judges operating under strict new directives.
Yeah, our emails to the Department of Homeland Security and ICE seeking comment have not yet been returned.